NBA drinkers, of course, I'm still a retired Knicks fan, but that doesn't mean last night wasn't a big New York Knicks night. The former New York Knicks star Kristaps Poriznigis, who was recently traded, played against the New York Knicks for the second time. Last time it was at his hometown for his new team. This time it was in the Garden, baby. Madison Square Garden in New York City. He was getting booed crazy as anticipated.
That's forward at 7-3 from Latvia. Number 6, Kristaps Poriznigis.
Kristaps was basically a player that was tired of the Knicks being whack and he wanted out of here. If I were the Knicks, I would have never traded him simply because he was a restricted free agent and not an unrestricted free agent, which means he's our slave, he has no power. However, if you are going to trade him, for me as a former Knicks fan, I was super upset. And it's one of the reasons I retired as a Knicks fan, because they basically traded him for nothing. They traded him for cap space with the hope of acquiring Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. But they had no guarantee that they were going to be coming to the Knicks. And at the end of the day, those two stars, those two big-time free agents, they did come to New York City, but they went to the rivals, the Ops, the new team that I'm rooting for, the Brooklyn Nets. Kristaps had a pretty solid game, but the Knicks did end up pulling out the W. They won. Now, for that trade to be validated at the end of the day, Dennis Smith Jr., one of the pieces that was involved in that trade, needs to actually play well. In this game, he did. I think he had his best game of the season. Not only that, the draft picks that the New York Knicks acquired, if they don't turn out to be good players that they draft, ultimately they failed in this trade, because at the end of the day, you thought you were going to get Durant and Kyrie, you didn't get them, and you basically gave up the most talented Knick of all time. You gave it up with the hope of acquiring stars that went to the Ops. That simply isn't smart. Then on top of that, you lost the NBA draft lottery, which I thought was rigged, and I still do think is rigged. I think the NBA rigged it for the Pelicans because AD Unibrow, Anthony Davis, wanted to dip out of there, so the Pelicans ended up getting the first pick, which means they got the Black Brock Lesnar, Zion Williamson, and that's what I was fiending for more than Durant and Kyrie. So you got RJ Barrett, who's not a bum Canadian like myself, but it ain't Zion. Nothing else matters more than Zion. And it's crazy because during the second quarter of this game, Carmelo Anthony, who has been out of the NBA since last year when the Houston Rockets disrespected him and released him after 10 games, he ended up signing with the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I'm a big-time Energizer Bunny, West Breezy, Russell Westbrook fan. I got to see Carmelo play with the OKC Thunder, and I'm telling you right now, he's washed. He's a bum. He's trash. He's no longer Star Melo. He's officially Bum Melo. However, that must mean there's a lot of bums in the league, because I still think he's better than a lot of these other cats in the NBA. And he definitely should be on the roster. And the best part about it is the Portland Trail Blazers soon will be playing against the Houston Rockets, which means Carmelo, aka Star Melo, aka Bum Melo, will get a chance at some revenge. The same way the Knicks got some revenge tonight. It's lit!